Hello everyone, my name is Michael and this is my channel, Kundalini of Arcturus Spiritual Insight. Alright, this is my first video on YouTube ever, quite honestly, so bear with me for a minute. I decided to start this channel as a response to an ongoing spiritual awakening. I would say this awakening has gone on throughout my life, especially within the past several years, probably within the past decade. It's really ramped up from about 15 to 25, which is the age I am now. But within the past year, my twin flame has come into the picture. And within the past few months, especially the past 2 months, a lot of things have been happening. A lot of spiritual insight, a lot of activations, a lot of upgrades, a lot of purging, and I decided to step into my sovereignty and to start this YouTube channel. This channel will cover a variety of topics. Ranging from tarot readings, UFOs, the awakening, Kundalini, as the title suggests, and a host of other issues depending on how I'm feeling, what I'm feeling up to. So yeah, a little bit about myself. My name is Michael. I'm from a little city called Merck, and if you got that reference, I'm sorry, it's not a very good place to live. I'm not going to come out to the city, but if you want to go look that up, you can. It's somewhere in the south. That's all I'm going to say on that. Like I said before, I'm 25. I am a part witchy guy. I'm a divine feminine. A little bit different because divine feminine is typically female, and if the divine feminine is a male, typically it's a male going after a female. In this case, I'm a gay man, so a little bit different. So I hope that will end up helping anyone who comes across it, because it's not your average, everyday, typical situation. I'm an empath, I'm an intuitive, I'm a tarot reader, I'm a host of things, egoic titles, I like to call them, because they're not to who I truly am inside. Who I truly am inside is essence, is freedom, is that soul essence, that spark of source, if you want to call it that. So let's see. And I'm sorry if the cutting in and out is bothersome. I'm a deep introspective thinker, so I like to think about my next choice of words. I like to give everyone a nuanced understanding of what I'm trying to articulate. Some spiritual things about me that you might not know. I'm going to start with the astrology. Western astrology. I am a Taurus sun. I am an Aries moon, and I'm a Cancer ascendant. For the Vedic or Lahiri system, I am a Aries sun, Ashwini Nakshatra, Pada 4, Moon, Uttara, Bhadrapada, Pada 4, it's Pisces, and my ascendant will be in Gemini, Pranavasu, and I believe that's Pada 2. So those are just my 3 main astrological signs. If you want to know more about that, there are various resources within my subscription tab on the channel that you can check out. My next video will probably be going into the twin flame issue. how I met my twin flame, because I know that's a big issue for a lot of people right now, that journey. Um, I kind of always knew that it was something called a twin flame, even thought a few other people were my twin flame in the past. I didn't really understand it at the time. I was young, about 17, 16, 17, during that period. Um, but then, after a lot of heartbreak with those individuals, I found my current person last year, and it's been a magical ride ever since. Magical, not necessarily in a good way, although there have been amazing experiences. Heart chakra activations, for example, ignition of Kundalini, that life force, um, spooky action at a distance, um, and the twin flame coming in and out, of course, and the synchronicity surrounding that. Um, a few other things to know about me. In the Western astrology, my moon is at 333 degrees, so the number 333 has always been very significant. I was born on April 24th, 24 significant at 11:22 a.m. I've always found numerology significant. Take out of that what you may. Um, I've always felt a spiritual inclination, but it's always battled against an exterior logical mind that was always dead set on trying to prove something in the external versus taking the leap of faith, at least until recently, and going deeper. Concerning my Kundalini experience, the first Kundalini experience I had was the first one that I know of that I purposely initiated was at 18. It was after a breakup. I was going through a really hard time with my mental health. I'd even gotten admitted to the psychiatric hospital. I'm not afraid to go into that. That's part of my history. That's part of my growth. I was really detached from that. I was somewhat obsessed with this guy. He would be what you would call a karmic partner, although I don't really like that term because everything on this plane has some type of karmic attachment if you haven't escaped that karmic wheel. But I'll get to that in another video. But I did a certain type of yoga. I was 18 and I had some money come in. I just turned 18 actually, about 2 months prior, maybe a month prior. This was in 2016. I believe it was in May or June of 2016, if I'm not mistaken. But anyway, I did the yogic practice and then I felt the Kundalini surge throughout my body. I didn't make much of it, and I didn't continue with the practice. And I eventually got with that back semi with the other dude, not officially. And then that fell apart again, and then there was a series of ego deaths related to that afterwards. Let's see. The first, of course, was the loss, betrayal feeling because he went and found another person. So there was that unrequited love, that abandonment aspect, that the core wound that really played out. But that was critical. I didn't let him go until 2021, right around the time my grandfather died. A lot of things coincided back in that year. But anyway, there was health issues, especially with the stomach and the digestive system. Back when I was working, back in 2019 at Dollar General, I was really sick with my stomach the year before. But it just got real bad, and then I was on antidepressants at the time, so I was far more out of shape. Not that there's anything wrong with certain body styles, but for me that was very unhealthy, and it contributed to the sickness and the overall shame. And I didn't go to college at the time. I wasn't in college. I didn't perform all that well in high school. I didn't feel I had any worth. So felt guilt, I felt shame, I felt fear, I felt all of those minor vibrations. And then it's just one customer just really got under my skin. The stereotypical Karen. I don't even like that word. Um, just somebody who hadn't integrated their shadow and was projecting their own insecurities onto me and everyone else. Well, that triggered something, and I ended up having consistent issues, all the upchucking, the regurgitation, involuntary regurgitation. I'm not going to say the word because that might gross some people out, but it was fairly constant, and then I ended up quitting my job and didn't know what it was for a while. Got pretty scared with my health, so that caused a lot of introspection, and I finally found out what it was. It was an esophagus problem, but it was a really scary time and contributed to a lot of growth. And then come 2020, and everyone knows what happened in 2020, and that was a basket case in and of itself. And finally in 2021, like I said, my grandfather died. Finally got over the other dude. I finally went back. I finally went to college. I'm in my senior year now. Just to let everyone know. And there's just a whole host of other things. And I finally started putting myself back on the market, opening up more to spirituality. Because with me, it was always wanting to believe, but I never had that hardcore evidence of, yeah, there's something else out there. I always had a distinct fear of death. In the beginning, it was more of a vague fear of not being here anymore, or not being attached to the physical world. Although I've never been all that attached to the physical world, I've always kind of had a 4D look on things. But anyway, okay, I lost my train of thought. All right. But anyway, but yeah, I never had that confirmation, that aha moment. There are little things here and there, and things that kind of built my confidence in that. But my confidence was really built in that. There is nothing beyond this game. Then what's the point? I'm scared of not existing anymore. That was my main fear. That was the crux of a lot of things. A lot of childhood traumas as well fed into that. And then over time, I got more and more confirmation. And then last year, I moved out into the middle of nowhere with my family. I didn't like the move at first because we moved out of a area that I had grown up in for 24 years, roughly 24 years. Ancestral home, essentially. Since we moved in the same county, but it was quite a ways away, about 14, 15 miles. So we came in and moved in. Beforehand, just for context, I lived in a trailer park beside a Air Force base. So there are a lot of people in and out. And when I was opening myself back up, I was like, okay, just a lot of people coming in. I can manifest this person in. But I still hadn't fully let go of my ex at the time, for the majority of that part. But I was like, maybe one of these guys coming in from the military, maybe he's my lot. Never happened. Hey, fast forward, move in over here in the middle of nowhere. By this point, I'd already put myself back out there, online dating apps, trying to find the quote-unquote one. I had amped up my spellcraft. Like I said, I'm a witchy guy. And on my birthday last year when I turned 24, I did a little spell to bring myself into mastery. To also bring in my soulmate, which at that point in time, with the spell, I worded it as my other half. So the universe did its magic. It sent me a few dudes here and there. It didn't work out. It wasn't really a spark. And then out of nowhere, I start seeing this guy and walking around the circle, because it's a big, it's not a cul-de-sac, but it's a road that goes in a big circle. Back country with still a good number of people around. But anyway, I was like, and he kind of stuck out to me. He was like, oh, he's kind of cute. Something's drawing me to you. But you look kind of young. You look kind of potentially underage. And I'm like, no. So anyway, fast forward to when I'm sitting with my mother on the front porch, and he's passing by again. This is on July 15th of last year. And I'm not going to get fully into the twin flame thing, but this is critical for the journey. But me explaining me. But anyway, long story short, I was like, I saw him again. I was like, wait, I think I might know who that is, because there was somebody that I had talked to previously, but there hadn't been a aha moment. It was in my friends list on Snapchat, and about a week ago, he was like, "Hey, I live on the road over there, on the other part of the circle. I don't live there. My brother lives there, and I come there to visit on the weekend." And I didn't register at the time because I didn't know the name of the other road. And I was like, okay. And I was kind of involved with another guy. But 2 days prior to that, I cast another spell under the Capricorn moon, to bring in the soulmate, as I saw him, the guy that didn't work out. But it ended up bringing me in the twin flame, which was the guy I met on the 15th. And I was like, I finally I messaged him like, hey, do you want to hang out? Is this you? And I was like, are you the guy that kept walking around? He was like, yeah. And then it was later on at night, about 9:30 at night. And it was a Friday. It was a Friday. Yeah, Friday. And we met, and it's like that. I knew when I knew, because a few days prior I got the message through a commercial or something. You know when you know. And I was like, what does that mean? And I was like, I'm thinking about it in the context of the partner. And I was like, you know when you know. And I was like, well, I don't know. With this other guy, maybe I know. With this one, when he came in, on the 15th, my actual twin flame, I was like, wow. Magical moonlit night, warm. Because I live in the deep south. Instant sexual energy. Just instant connection, and I automatically saw myself in him. Now, granted, I've seen myself in other people I've dated, other people I've come across too, but not to the level that he was mirroring me that night. So, we met, we did that, got into a relationship right away. Then there was about a 2-week bubble period, and then his dad died. In fact, his dad had gotten injured on the day that I actually met him in person. And then that started the running and chasing for a little bit. And he broke up with me, but it was kind of on, kind of off. It seemed a lot. It's in that energy. If you've ever been in that runner chaser energy, you understand that. There wasn't a whole lot of awakening, but I was seeing a whole lot of synchronicities, and things were beginning to really sink in at that point. And then October rolls around, we meet, we have this amazing time, and then he bolts. He finds someone else like the next day or 2 days after. I get sick, and I messaged him to make sure he wasn't sick, and I found that out. And that started about a 2.5 month separation cycle. And during that time, which I had previously done, I got into this pranayama practice. It's a yoga practice focusing on the breath and the chakras. It's Ali Van Fossen, if anyone wants to know, the purveyor of this information. But anyway, I did that. I've done it a few times before. I did it a few times before he actually came in, because it gets that Kundalini spark rising. And I decided to do it in the middle of November, after I discovered more about the twin flame and verified, this is probably what this is. So let me try to go into this. Let me try to do this surrender thing. I was like, I can't actually do the surrender. I'm just going to do what I need to do, and let's hope it comes off. I do the Kundalini practice for about a month and a half, I would like to say. And then a throughout the time, it's a series of burning away, a series of transformations, and a series of surrender, and a lot of spiritual knowledge that's beginning to come through. Okay, then he comes back in on New Year's Eve, after a series of dreams, and then a little bit on and off, coming back in, trying to neutralize the energy, and then we eventually came back. We got back together. I explained the twin flame stuff to him, and I got a lot of confirmation. And then we actually got engaged for a little bit. The ring here, I still wear it. It's a part of me, and I'm not taking it off, regardless of what's currently going on in the physical. But anyway, I came into the reunion state after a brief period of Satori at the end of December, right before he came in. Hard to explain Satori. I'll get into that in another video because I'm still figuring it out myself. But yeah, came back in, did all that, grew distance, called out the engagement, and then bolted back in April, shortly after his birthday, shortly before mine, because we were both born in April, about 4 years apart. But anyway, that hurt for a little bit, but then after about a week or so, I pulled in my energy, and here we are, and towards the end of May, and still in that separation period, but a lot has happened, especially in the past few weeks. But mainly why I decided to start this channel. Series of spiritual information. Because I had really begun to neutralize the energy by this point. And it's just these little things here and there, and then the heart chakra just burst open. Now, the heart chakra was already activated, of course, from the consistent kundalini that was going through the body for about a month and a half and 2 times before. But this was different. It was full-on activations. When somebody would say something in a video, or I'd hear a song, or I'd think about something, or make a connection, I kept going deeper and deeper. There would be this massive surge in the heart center. Sometimes it would be on the center of the heart, sometimes it would be in the upper heart. Sometimes it would start in the solar plexus and go up to the throat. Sometimes it would start in the throat and go down to the solar plexus. Dance of Shakti and Shiva. Yeah. Kundalini goes up to the third eye, and Shiva goes up further to the crown, comes down as Amrita, and Shiva grounds in the spiritual lessons and lessons into the physical, and then you begin to manifest. You begin to step into that sovereignty. You begin to awaken. That dance is referred to, among other things, as the sacred secretion, and it's an alchemical process. I'm not going to get into that now, but it is centered around the heart. Well, each time I would have these heart activations, afterwards it would send me into a state of Satori, which is peacefulness, blissfulness, pure being. But it wasn't fully, it's not samadhi where it's the wider sea change. It started that, and it's continuing along that path. But each Satori experience was slightly different in how it felt and how the world I perceived. But each time I felt like the world was my playground. Sometimes it felt I had a higher vibration to it. Sometimes it felt more grounded. But that really opened my eyes, and I'm having all this information come in, and I was already seeing the synchronicities, but then I'm seeing all the spooky action. I start seeing things race across the sky, i.e. UFOs. I thought it was a floater at first, but then I've always been able to see energy, so I was watching the energy form and then manifest, and then straight across my salon vision. It didn't matter if I tilted my eye or not, it was there. Showing off for me, that wow factor that tends to come, that spooky action or what have you. And then another night, I saw these things in the sky. Not sure they were planes or UFOs, or they were dropping flares or something, but there was a massive energy surge in the area. I felt it. Yeah, corner of my eye. Something very fast moving, something very energetic, but something that was actually there. It wasn't just, a float, like I said, a floater in the eye, or something that just like smoke or heat or something. It's just something that was there and it zoomed by real fast on the other side of the road, outside of my fence. And that was extremely cool. And then there's all this channeling stuff and other entities and spirits of humans that have gone before have come in. It's been a really cool experience, but it's really opened my eyes to, there is definitely a grander scheme to everything. But I had already always known this to some degree, but there was just not that confidence in what I believed. My wings were clipped pretty young, so you had to go through that cocoon phase and come out as the butterfly or whatever, which is a twin flame sign. If I'm being honest, I see butterflies all the time. He strongly connected to them, and well, I connected to them as well, especially through my mother. But that's a different story. But anyway, that's pretty much the story of who I am. The spiritual awakening part. But it's led me to want to share my experiences, share my insight, try to step into my own power. Hopefully you'll learn something from me as I will learn something from you. I do link other channels that I find interesting. They're in the description tab, and I might link them, some of the links in my videos, depending on what I'm discussing. But yeah, let's see, what else do I need to add to this introductory video? And yes, I'm not editing any of this out, because this is the genuine me. This is how I articulate. This is how I come to conclusions. This is how I come to my epiphanies. This is how I channel. This is how I operate. And if you don't resonate with that, well, there are a lot of other channels that are just as good. So, but to recap, my name is Michael. I have several spiritual gifts. I have many egoic titles. I'm here to shed light on several spiritual topics, provide tarot readings, especially with a lot of stuff to do with the twin flame. Like I said, I am on that journey. I don't even like the term. I like the term other self, but I'll save that for another time. But yeah, I'm here to serve. I'm here to learn. I'm here to share. And as time progresses, I will begin offering personal readings. I'll do the Patreon. I'll do all of the other stuff. Maybe some merchandise. Maybe I'm getting a little ahead of myself, but I'm thinking long term. But yeah, I hope this has helped somebody some. It's more of a ramble than an introductory video. But yeah, before I end, though, I do have a few of my card decks with me, along with my candle and my little statue of Isis and Bastet, Egyptian gods. I have a strong Egyptian pull. I'm just gonna pull some cards for today to do this channel, and perhaps I can help you with something in this first video. So, got my amethyst, got my rose quartz, got my selenite. Just clearing the energy right here. Some of these are some old decks that I've collected over the years. Some of them are new ones. This is an Oracle deck. Messages from Your Angels. It's a 44 card deck from Doreen Virtue. And she's a bit controversial, but I love her cards. I've always loved her cards. And okay. All right, Divine Spirit Guides, and if you hear me talking to a proverbial they, or asking the universe, or as you can see from the video, nothing, a question, that's just me trying to ask Divine, or my higher self, or source, or whatever you want to call it, to confirm something or help me understand something a little bit more. I do read intuitively. I'll go into the meanings of the cards as I can. I used to be a really good tarot reader, and I'm a little rusty now, so bear with me. But here we go. All right, Spirit. I'm going to ask you, what is the future of this channel? Give me about 3 cards. What is the future of this channel? What is the future of this channel? What should I talk about? How is this going to help? Where is this going to lead? Please fly out for me. Oh, there's 2. Alright, give me one more. Oh, the one at the bottom of the deck is cool too. Alright. The first card for the future of this channel is Angel Rochelle. And it says, as you honor and follow the guidance of your heart, prosperity is coming to you now. Well, I guess that's a confirmation that I'm definitely stepping into that power. And if you're thinking of starting a channel, please do. That's your confirmation. I got a little booklet here. Let's just read the what you call it, the description. Additional message. You are fully supported by heaven, and we have heard your prayers for financial support. Be assured that we see money as a symbol of the abundant supply that God provides to all of his children. The earthly negativity surrounding money comes from human minds alone. In heaven, we see money as the energy of exchange. We know that you need material essentials. Like any loving parent, God wants his children to be comfortable, safe, and happy. That is one of the reasons why he sent you guardian angels. Here's a quote. Your finances have been blocked in the past because of guilt and other negative beliefs and emotions. I have helped you heal and release much of your negative association with money. Please know that I am here to help you so that you can help more people. The more that you allow me to give you, the more you will be able to give others. In the near future, you will be able to manifest all of your needs, but in the meantime, allow me to help you through my heavenly contributions. Couldn't have said it better myself. Now, and again, if you're thinking of starting a channel, or you're thinking of doing this or doing that, that's your confirmation. Okay? That's your confirmation. Alright, the second card is Francesca. I'm pronouncing that right. What do you deserve right now? Visualize it, and it will come about. Negativity will block your process. Okay, let's go into the card. Let's read. I'm not going to go too intuitive into that. Not right now. I'll save that for another video. Francesca. Additional message. Oh, it's all quotes. Okay. You have been asking God and the angels, what is next for me? Yet we have been waiting for you to make that decision for yourself. This is why you have felt stuck lately. This impasse occurs because you are afraid of making a quote unquote wrong decision. We can help you to decide, but ultimately, the next chapter of your life is up to you. This is a period of your life that is unscripted. Your desires are like a painting that you create upon the canvas of your life. Like an artiste, you must decide what the theme, background, and foreground will be within your picture. Take some time out to meditate, pray upon, and contemplate this important decision. Be creative and maintain standards for yourself. But remember, if you don't make a decision, that's the same thing as deciding that everything shall remain the same. Okay. So that's what's saying in relation to my channel, and I'm, like I said, this is tapping into if you're trying to start a channel as well on anything or any type of venture, really. You know, the mental work, the visualization, the writing it out on a piece of paper, that is only the first step. You have to take control of your life. You have to take control of your life in the physical, the emotional, the mental, the metaphysical, and the spiritual. Okay? It's the universe. If you put in a little effort, the universe will aid you along. Instead of there being a headwind, there will be a tailwind. You will be pushed along. You will be helped. You will be protected, and all of your needs will be met. But you have to surrender to that God essence, which is really just surrendering to yourself. Because remember, we are all God. And I know a lot of people don't like hearing that because it brings up possible delusions of grandeur. Well, the biggest delusion of grandeur is that we are tiny, pathetic beings disconnected from everything. How I see it is that you, me, everyone else is an aspect of God. But simultaneously, God is an aspect of you. See what I'm saying? You are not above God, you're not beneath God, you are God. Everyone is. You are the creator of your own path, you are the creator of your own destiny. You are the architect, you are the magician, you are the alchemist, you are the manifester. But, like the card says, you have to sometimes, especially after all the inner work's been done, you have to take a leap of faith in that physical realm, like what I'm doing here. This might not pay off, but I gave it a shot. So, alright. I love when this happens because it's all synchronous. This is an interesting card. Yvonne. You have a special bond with animals. Your pets on earth and in heaven are watched over by angels. And there's a little orange kitty in the pictures. She's holding it in the middle, center picture on the side, and there's a picture right there. That's interesting. Perhaps that's a message for me to incorporate my many animals into the channel. Could also represent the totem cat, which is what I have. I have 7 cats on the inside, 1 on the outside. So yeah, that's a handful. This could also be tapping into some of your passions if you want to start a channel about animals, animal welfare, animal rights. If you want to be an activist, if you want to volunteer at a shelter or open a shelter or work for a rescue or something like that. I would assume this card is more for you than it is for me, well, aside from the message of incorporating the animals, because they have that good as prana, baby, as Infinite Orders would say. Um, yeah, let's read that card. Perhaps it'll give somebody some clarity. And I know this reading is going on about 40 minutes, but it's an introductory. If you made it this far, well, congratulations. Okay. Additional message, and I am going to take my glasses off because I cannot see. Yes, these are my real eyes. Okay. Animals respond to your kind in gentle ways. You have a special understanding of them. You can relate to the innocence and trusting nature of animals, and you can feel a call to help them. I am one of your guardian angels, and I'm here to tell you of the beautiful ripple effect that your relationship with animals has created. Your love for animals has also forged a deep bond and appreciation with you and the nature angels. All of the angels whom you have ever loved continue to be with you like guardian angels. Your love for them keeps these animals at your side forever. Your pets in heaven are happy, spiritually healthy, and playful, and affectionate. Your pets on earth are surrounded by angels who bestow miracles upon you and them. In many ways, the animals act as angels for you and your loved ones. You are someone who truly appreciates the angelic qualities of animals. You are able to communicate wordlessly with these wondrous creatures, and your special bond with the animal kingdom is opening new doors for you right now. So, take that as it resonates. This could also be a message for some people that if a certain type of animal is resonating or is coming up in your life, look into the meaning behind that. It might help you on your journey. It might inspire you in some way. Especially if you're on a twin flame journey. There's a lot of animals. It could be something with a totem animal or just, like I said before, passion. But that's more for, I believe, the viewers than it is for me. But beautiful energy, beautiful message. Okay. Let's look at the bottom of the deck. I've drawn this card quite a bit recently in my own readings. Indrio, or Indrio. I know these are backwards, but I can read it. You are a light worker. God needs you to shine your divine light and love like an angel upon the earth and all of its inhabitants. All of its inhabitants. Okay. Well, that's confirmation for me. That's confirmation for you. If you're watching this, you are a light worker. Well, we technically all are, but you're definitely connected if you're watching this. It wouldn't be coming out as much as it has been with my own readings and right now, especially on the back of the deck, which is typically representative of some type of prevailing energy that I'm tapping into. Let's see if I can find it. Yes, you are a light worker. As such, you have always had a burning desire to make the world a better place. It is a deep calling that is beyond time and space. You are often called into service during ordinary circumstances, such as when you're shopping for groceries and someone needs your help. Right now, your life's mission is expanding so that you can reach even more people. This will require you to make some life changes that you will learn about through your inner guidance. You are deeply sensitive to others' emotions. This is an ode to the empaths in the audience. And it is important for you to clear yourself regularly, especially after helping someone. So you don't want to tie yourself and get an energetic cord, because you're picking up energetic cords with people, anybody you come in contact with, especially if it's in the physical, but you could still do that in the internet domain. If you're trolling somebody online, for example, you're tapping into their energy, creating a cord between you and them, even subconsciously, and that's feeding a lot of fear and negativity, for example. But even then, some cords can be positive, but it's best to just detach yourself, if that's possible. Um, but anyway, you can call upon Archangel Michael, your other guardian angels, and me to clear you of toxins or cord. See, what did I say? Toxins or cords that may have resulted from your helpful efforts. You are an earth angel, and we are happy to assist you in all ways. Just ask. Yep. Ask and it shall be given. Maybe not right away, and if you're expecting right away results, well, you will be disappointed because that is an expectation. If you hold an expectation that something is supposed to happen in this egoic controlled sense, and you're blocking it, it's not going to happen. But if you let it go, and that's a big component of the twin flame journey, it comes to you. As paradoxical and as mentally effed up as that is. Anyway, alright. We will get into another deck. Okay. Let me put this one up, and I'll get a. I'll probably do the tarot next. Let's see. 1210. Okay. I'm not going to use these to try to ask about the future of the channel, but I am going to tap into some energies of the collective. It's not necessarily a twin flame collective. You're tuning into this energy. I ask that source make this reading timeless, so that it connects with whoever it needs to. Just give me a general energy, some general messages that might help whoever's watching this, especially if they're trying to create a channel like me, or trying to do some new venture to try to help people, bring in money, or a combination of stuff. Like, no shame in my game, and there shouldn't be any shame in your game. As long as you aren't charging people $1,000 for a single card tarot reading, I think you should be fine. I think you should be fine. There's nothing wrong with making money. There's nothing wrong with calling in that abundance. Just don't, take advantage of it and abuse people. That's why I will, in my videos, I will provide a bunch of free information for you, so that you don't have to come for me when the time comes to get a reading and spend your hard-earned money. I guess for me or anybody else. I want to try to give you those tools ahead of time, and if you still need the help, support, guidance, or whatever, then I'm here. So, alright, Spirit, Universe, Source, guys, call, all the things that are around me, Source, everything, guys, or they, or you. This little funny, humorous thing of mine. My shadow is the trickster archetype, so got jokes. Alright, Spirit. Give me about 5 cards to help whoever's watching here. Whoever's going to tap into this. Could be me, could be, anyone. Doesn't matter what it is. It's more than 5. Oh, goodness. Goodness gracious. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Alright, well, they came out. So let's go one by one. Okay, the first card that popped out on the bottom is the King of Pentacles. King of Pentacles. And I know it's blurry. I want the camera to fall. Yeah. Okay, what can you tell me about the King of Pentacles spirit? Okay, this is actually potentially for a divine masculine. Okay, step into your power, brah. Step into your power. Step into that abundance. Like the theme before, where I was talking about, starting this channel or you starting your channel. I feel like there's a masculine energy that's going to tap into this, potentially many. You could have a lot of earth energy, but you are abundant. Your soul is abundant, your future is abundant, and it's telling you to step into that abundance, but to take necessary steps along the way. Don't rush into anything, but don't go so slow as to not make any progress. See, I'm a Taurus, like I said, in the Western, so I know all about the inability to move ahead or moving too fast. So it's also a thing about balance. Trust your intuition, because the moon's there and it looks like it's in a balsamic form. Well, you're a divine masculine and you're thinking about starting some type of venture or getting a new job or starting a new career or going back to school or anything in that. It would definitely lead you to abundance. Okay. Now, the next card is another king, and it is the King of Wands. King of Wands. Yeah, fire energy. Fire energy. Okay, so I guess this is also picking up on a divine masculine energy. This one's a little bit different. This would be picking up on anyone with any divine masculine. If they do decide or come across this, you have the sign of Leo, Aries, or Sagittarius strong in your chart. It could be Western or Vedic or both. This is for you. This is telling you to step into your passion. This is the King of Pentacles was telling that set of divine masculines to step into their abundance. This one is telling you to step into your passion. Okay? Holding the wand, he's above it all. And this one is more physical, but this one, because it's fire, it's giving me a spiritual vibe. I'm seeing the tree, it looks like a tree of life. And there's also an astrological body in the card. I don't have the book for this card, so I can't remember. I can't verify what it is. But it looks like Venus or Mars. Hard to tell. But ooh, okay. Alright. I don't know how I didn't notice sooner. This is representative of a masculine stepping into his power. His spiritual power, that Kundalini essence, that the coiled serpent at the base of the spine, which is channel is named after. You awaken it rises to the chakra system, the nadis, Ida and Pangali, and then the head Shiva and Shakti dance. So this is representative of masculine. If you're watching this and you're in that fiery energy, and even if you're not in that fiery energy, if you have a strong connection with the Tree of Life, Mars or Venus, like I said, I can't tell which one. Scepter, it looks like K2. The scepter looks like K2. That's a south node. So if you go to your astrological chart and your south node in either chart is fire, this is definitely for you. Like I said, Leo, Aries, and Sagittarius, and for the masculines, the Earth masculines, it's Taurus, Capricorn, and Virgo. But yes, this is verifying that the divine masculine is stepping into his power. This doesn't necessarily have to be a twin flame. Could be a soulmate. But this is definitely a masculine energy. And it's telling you also that listen to the spiritual intuition, and it would also guide you into essentially that King of Pentacles energy. So yeah, those can be symbiotic, and those can mold for anyone. And if you have a lot of earth or fire in your chart, could mold, both of them could mold for you. You could be stepping into your power and stepping into that abundance simultaneously, like I am. Oh, okay. Wonderful. Your third card to come out is yet another king, except it's in the reverse position. This is the King of Cups. Okay. That's what it looks like in the upright. Got Saturn in there. Oh, okay. It looks like it's turning into helping the divine masculines. And remember, divine masculine, divine feminine, it's energy. Like I said, I'm a divine feminine. I'm the yin energy. I'm receptive in relationships. I'm the chaser. I'm the spiritually open one. I'm the... I wouldn't really necessarily say the creative one, because me and my twin are both creative. But it's that flow state, that alchemist. But this could also represent, these cards could also represent your inner masculine, where that's coming to. It could represent a union between the inner masculine and inner feminine, which precedes a twin flame union, or precedes some type of the permanent samadhi or satori state. Or samadhi state, because satori is pretty quick. But anyway, the King of Cups normally tells of an individual, especially a man, in this case divine masculine, that is stepping into his emotional power. But this, in the reverse position, or inverse as some readers like to call it, this just tells of an emotional block. It's a pure emotional block. Because you also have Saturn in there, and when it's in the upright, because Saturn is that teacher, it also carries energy of karma. That's just Pluto, but Pluto is more the underworld, while Saturn is more the trial and error. This could also represent somebody that has a water sign as their Saturn sign. Yeah. Okay. What's this emotional block? Let me turn the card around and let me check into that. He's lonely. He doesn't feel like he's enough. There's also a deep disconnection. Okay. In the reverse position, this is a masculine who is essentially going through a tower limit. A form of ego death. And like I said, he could have a water sign. Could be a water sign. It could be could have Saturn as a water sign, or it could be tapped into those other two cards, like I said. And there's 3 kings coming out. That's a lot of divine masculine energy. And 3, as you can see from my channel, is very significant. It's a number of mastery. I have a very close association with it. But yeah, whoever this watery divine masculine is, they're dealing with a lot of karmic baggage. And I can't really decipher what that karmic baggage is. But if you have like I said, the Saturn in the water sign. You can look this up in either Vedic or Western, and it'll tell you the types of challenges and such. To me, it's like I said, it's an emotional block, but since I'm tapping into a broad energy, it's not necessarily specific. He can't let go. He can't let go of himself. Yeah, ego death. Having trouble letting go of the ego. So you might be a divine feminine watching this, and you might have a divine counterpart, or you might be the divine masculine. But this is what's occurring. If this card in any way resonates with you, I can definitely see from the way the chair is set up and the there were two cups, but they're not. But there are two branches or trees. But yeah, this could definitely represent a twin flame or a high level soulmate. Whoever this is definitely going through a rough time. Really, really rough time. Like I want to pull my hair up, bang my head against a wall. Rough time. And on a darker side, this could also represent a masculine who has suffered some type of abuse in the, you know, a certain type of physical abuse that is, well, it's all non-consensual, but you know what I'm getting at. Throughout their life, my masculine, for example, has. I'm not gonna get into it. But yeah, that could represent that as well. Overcoming that, overcoming the fear of intimacy related to that. That could also be your inner divine masculine coming to terms or something like that. Not being enough or feeling violated. It's definitely a good deal of emotional blocks. There are quite a deal of emotional blocks where we'll be turning into this because this is timeless. So yeah, it should resonate no matter when it is. And I know you're probably saying, well, I like the readings that are current. Oh, well, I do too, but you know, whatever helps. All right. I think I've explained that one pretty well. Do I have anything else I need to say about that spirit? What? Let go of the fear, masculine. Meditate, pray, surrender. And there's no way to do it. You just tell the universe, I give up. And mean it. Okay. Okay, let's move on. The next card in the thing, and the cards that fell out, is the Eight of Pentacles. The Eight of Pentacles. And this is how this one looks in this deck. And this is the Gilded Tarot, by the way. Earth energy. Okay. Although it has a young man in it, the young man is fairly androgynous in his look. So this could be for a man or a woman, divine masculine or divine feminine. This is in a way we're all one or the other predominantly, but we all have both inside of us. Everyone is divine. Eight of Pentacles, if I recall correctly, is the apprenticeship card. So some of you could be getting a job offer. Yeah, job offer. And with the spider and the web, there's going to be a destined career path. Life purpose is coming in. But you got to be careful. There's a mouse that is helping. There's also a mouse that is sneaking. There are people that are going to try to help you with this, and there are people that are going to try to hurt you, that try to stop you from stepping into that new job, a new career, starting that new business, internship. It might represent a boss, might represent a family member. There's a rat, essentially. And if you're starting that, be wary because somebody around you might not be telling the truth. Or they might not be or telling the truth in this instance. That instance would be malicious, try to manipulate you. There's also not telling the truth as a lie of omission, which is sometimes it's worse than a white lie or a big lie because you're omitting truth, omitting information. It also could represent a deceptive offer for some of you. Something that looks good but might be too good to be true, but it's not coming out in the reverse, so I don't see it could be snatched away. Let me look at the other parts. No, this one stands alone. Yeah, so if you've been putting a lot of hard work into this, a lot of manifestation work into getting that new job, getting that new career, getting that new apprenticeship, that internship, anywhere of that, anything of that nature, it's coming in, but just beware. Your hard work is being recognized, and the universe is extending you a hand, but there is oppositional energy there as well. But it's a mouse and it's a rat, so it's not overwhelmingly strong. But watch out for entanglements at work, or with business partners or what have you, because it might not end well. Alright, there are also 3 candles, so this could also represent a bit of collaboration or continued collaboration with a partner. Like I said, a divine partner, that is, in the physical. Ooh, he's also sitting in front of, he's in a castle, but it's in front of an ocean. So, despite the warnings, despite the potential rats or malfeasance or whatever, your pentacles are coming in, and there's endless abundance. Trust in that. Okay. The next card is another pentacle. It is the 2 of Pentacles. Okay. I'm getting that this one is definitely for the twin flames. So if you're watching this now, usually this is a card about decisions. Or rather, decisions that lead to balance. So, masculine or feminine, doesn't even need to be a divine counterpart necessarily. Could just be in everyday life. But like I said, it definitely feels like it's a twin flame. But there's a sense of balance coming in on the physical level, because like I was saying before, the Kundalini, it rises to the chakra system, the root to Sahasrara, and then Shiva starts the third eye, next to that Amrita coming out from the crown, and Shiva and Ajna, that Amrita comes from Sahasrara. They meet and they go down and they integrate. This is the physical integration, so this is bringing things into fruition. It's balancing the energies, alchemizing, but in a physical manner, trying to bring in that abundance. There's also a dolphin, and might be a spirit animal, might resonate with you. Dolphins are also a Pleiadian animal, if I'm not mistaken. They also have connections with the Syrians. I recall correctly. Um, so if those stick out to you, you might just be a starseed. There's also a ship in the distance in front of the moon. Although I can't tell if it's sailing to him or sailing away from him. From what I see, it looks like it's sailing to him. The moon's in the background. The intuition is guiding. Okay, yeah. He's balancing to come home. The twins are coming home. It could be a union on the horizon for some of you. It could be a union, but you're definitely taking those necessary steps. You're not in the physical energy. You're not in the push energy, that mental push energy. You're not in that physical obsession. So good job. I mean, that's wonderful. It's connected with that water. That water's still in the background. I think all of these have water in it. No, a lot of them have water in it. Not all of them. Yeah. Powerful energy of balance. But it's not just that balance in the other realm, it's the physical. So, I'll tell you that twin flame reading. Hopefully that will be clarified whenever I do that. No, 111 on the recording as I say that. Alright, let's move on to that. I think I've covered that. Spirit, do you have anything else you need to say about that? Nope. Okay. Justice. Justice. That justice. A lot of people don't like the card. And it can mean many things. I'm seeing some of you are involved in a legal dispute. Literal card, justice. Custody battle. Custody battle. That's what I'm hearing. Children. Divorce. They could have some of that twin flame energy in it, but there is a symbology of two there. But this could be of a partnership. It might not also be a romantic divorce. It could be like a divorce of business partnership. There are a lot of pentacles in the deck. So, however, since it's in the upright position, this tells me that justice is coming to you. If you're putting in the good energy, like I know you are, then you will succeed. And whatever this legal dispute is, it's definitely a legal dispute. Definitely a legal dispute. It could be something that's already wrapping up. It could be something that just began, or it could be something that is on the horizon. But it does foretell victory. If you keep your intentions pure and you don't try to manipulate the situation, and you go in with a clear head and a clear heart, it'll all work out. If you surrender it to the universe, it will work out. And for the twin flame part of the card, which is more minor, the picture on it presents justice that projects the image of the goddess Themis, which is the if you've ever looked at the U.S. justice system, it has the woman with the blindfold, Lady Justice. She's blind. So some of you are coming into the realization of unconditional love. True love is, for lack of a better term, blind. There are no conditions. There is no separation. There is no control. There is no this. He did this to me. She did this horrible thing. They did that. It's blind. It's unconditional. And unconditional means there are no conditions. There are no expectations. It doesn't always come out in the most loving way. Sometimes it comes out in a very dark way. That's just for growth and learning. Um, yeah. What else do you want in this card? The scales, of course, justice. There's another planetary body in it. I'm not sure what it is. Um, like I said, it could be Venus or Mars. Maybe be the moon. Um, that's a lot of emotional energy, willpower. There's also the sun. And she's holding out her hands, and it's beaming down. It's this one beam of light on the sun emblem. So this justice is, if it's a legal battle, it's going to be bringing a lot of clarity about where you need to go next, or what you need to do next. It's decision, the decision what is reached, even if it doesn't necessarily seem good, is for your highest purpose, and you surrender to that, a lot of things will be eliminated. There's a path coming up. Justice will be served. If you are just, the universe will be just. Sorry about that. Okay. Yeah, universe, do you have anything else to reveal about this card? Just find balance, guys. Just find balance. No matter what's going on, no matter what challenges you face, it'll all get better. It's all for your greatest good. It will all work out. 117 on the recorder. As I say this, for some of you, that's a sign, I guess. Okay. Alright. Okay. We have another card, and it's not very good. Not normally, anyway. It is the Ten of Swords. This is what it looks like. Traditionally, this represents loss, betrayal, defeat. Swords are raining down from heaven. This could tap into the ego death that I was referencing earlier. However, this is both a warning to some of you, but also a message of hope. If you're with somebody, or you're in a situation, or you're about to do something, and you're getting a gut feeling in here, right here in the solar plexus, right here, and it's uneasy, and something isn't right, and you go deep enough into that, and you explore that anxiety, you might find that if you go down this direction, go down this path, that it will end in loss or heartbreak or betrayal. Now, there's also a lighter side of this card. If you don't have those negative gut reactions to the situation, place, or thing, and there isn't a thing at all, this represents the ending of a cycle and the beginning of a new. Especially if you are a twin flame, because there is symbology on this card. Okay? There is a deer on the right hand, and there's mountains in the background. Okay? Two primary peaks in the deer. I can't tell if it's doe or a stag, but the deer under the twin flame sign. And there are three birds. They're dark. I guess they're ravens. Could be another animal. Those represent change. Stag represents the masculine energy, the stability, aggression, etc. I'm getting the feel that if you... Again, sorry guys. I don't have the best setup, as you can tell. So. But I have to make do with what I have. Okay. Sorry about that. Um, anyway, back to what I was saying. If you're in a journey and a person has stopped talking to you, you're in separation, you're feeling betrayed, just know that this is temporary. And it's also part of the cycle. You had to go through the burn down, because this is another card that represents ego death to me. There's a sword, even though they're coming down on the man, it's laying down face down in the grass, they're illuminated with light. We have to go through the darkness to see the light. The two are not in conflict. They don't chase and try to devour each other. They're in a dance. Go through the darkness to see the light. Go through the light, see the darkness. The contrast, polarity, duality. Everything is whole. Everything is one. Especially in the twin flame connection. I didn't know that this was going to come out a lot of twin flame related stuff, but no. I get what I get. But, yeah. Ending of a cycle. This is for your greatest good. Although it may feel crushing on the outside, or may seem a certain way on the outside, it's not always what it seems. Especially with those other cards. It feels like there's a veil around it. If you're going through the heartbreak, if you're going through the loss, if you're going through the feelings of betrayal, go in, observe that, work on that, try to integrate that part of the shadow. Okay? And then you'll get that stag coming in, that masculine coming in. Or you'll be able to move on from this horrible situation into that 3 energy, which is ironically the next card, which is the 3 of Wands, which I'll get to in a minute. But yeah, it's always darkest before the dawn. Always darkest before the dawn. It's also 1:22 on the clock as I say that. Not on the clock, on the thing. And the clock, it's 12:46 a.m. But anyway. So yeah, I think that's pretty much on the Ten of Swords. Be wary if you're not on the twin flame journey. But if you're on the twin flame journey, if you recently experienced a separation, just know it's only temporary, and it's illuminating you and your partner. Well, which is really you. If you're on a soulmate, it's your partner, but if it's twin flame, it's you. Well, we're all the same, but you know what I mean. So, alright. Put that one to the side. The final one, like I said, is the 3 of Wands. Nope. And this is the collaboration card, typically. More water energy. There's a ship. Man standing in the grass, looking over the water at the ship. It has a seahorse or a dragon as its front. I don't know what you call that part of the ship, but it's the thing that steps out of the pirate ship or whatever. Sternum or the bow or something. I don't know. But this represents to me that a few of you are going to come into collaboration with someone. And that's stepping back in both to the abundance, the potential job, the potential apprenticeship, or the twin flame. There is collaboration coming in. Something, sense of collaboration coming in. Despite the sense of loss, despite the sense of betrayal, there's a sense of collaboration. Working together, coming together, seeing eye to eye, the power of three, mastery. But the dude looking at the ship, he's seeing progression, seeing the move forward, looking towards that Four of Wands, which is that building of stability. He sees stability in the future. If your intuition is telling you that taking this leap of faith and whatever it is, will lead you to a better future, believe that. Take that leap of faith. Get on the boat. Leave behind all that does not serve you. He's also holding one of the wands. Speak softly, carry a big stick. That's another message from this. Be your true, authentic self, but don't take any bullshit from anyone. Okay, well those are all of those, but I am going to look at the bottom of the deck. Nine of Swords. You know, I'm not even going to entertain the energy because this has been good so far. But Nine of Swords, typically that's the card of loss, if I'm not mistaken. But anyway, that might be tapping into Ten of Swords. Nine of Swords is at the bottom. So if that Ten of Swords resonates with you, not necessarily either on the twin flame or the business or life front, other components of your life, and that's confirmation on that. Could be a dark period, but there's an owl, the moon, the balsamic moon, 3 candles again. So good days are coming, even if it seems dark. Oh, came through. I actually hope this helps somebody. I know it seems kind of light, but that's what's comes through. This is my first time doing it, and hopefully I will improve as time progresses. Just give me one more card on what everyone should know. Some inspiration or something to work on, something for me. What do you want to give? One card, please, because if there are multiple that come out, I'm putting it back in and shuffling it again. Oh. Ooh. Okay. I need to stop doing that. But alright. And yes, I'm leaving all of this in. It's authentically me. Quirks and all. Alright, it's a little off from where it was before, so slouch. The card that came out is the World. Represents completion. We're all completing a cycle at this moment in time. So no matter where you are, this video finds you, you are completing a cycle. This is the sense of completion, sense of home. And it can portend a new beginning. End of a cycle, end of turmoil, abundance coming in. And unity for everyone. Twin flames, regular romantic partners, soulmates, business partners, the world. The world, literally. Yeah, unity. Beautiful, beautiful. United we stand, divided we fall. Light begets light. Sunlight, moonlight, starlight, all light, all night, all bright. Just weird shit like that comes out sometimes. This also represents a massive Kundalini awakening globally. For anybody watching this video, they are definitely on the spiritual path. You wouldn't have found me otherwise. Alright, well, we can close this energy with the cards. Thank you. And I do apologize if the sound on this is a little low. I am recording on my cell phone. I don't have a professional camera, and I have to use these contraptions as a microphone. So otherwise, you wouldn't be able to hear me. Wouldn't be able to hear me at all. Okay. And we'll get some final messages for this introductory video from the Oracle of Shadows and Light. Beautiful little deck. The authors for these, like I said, the Angel deck was Doreen Virtue. The Gilded Tarot is Ciro Marchetti. I got both of those out of Books A Million. Ordered this one off of online. It was sale on eBay. But this one's by Lucy Cavendish. I think I'm pronouncing that right. Artwork by Jasmine Beckett Griffith. These small little cards. Okay, Divine. Give me 3 cards to end this. Some divinely inspired guidance. Some divinely inspired guidance for anyone watching. Whoever might find this video, whenever it is. Ancestors, spirit guides, all my homies on the other side. Give me 3 cards that apply out the deck. Doesn't want to come out. Just flying out. All right. All right. So these are numbered. We have a 29, we have a 24, we have a 32, and we have a 4 at the bottom of the deck. So if any of those numbers are significant to you, doesn't matter if you're a twin flame, doesn't matter if you're just checking me out, wanting no spiritual information, you're here, you're guided here, you might as well catch the information. It might do you some good. Alright, first card, the 29. Yep. Shallow grave. You miss someone. This could be the twin flame energy or soulmate energy I'm picking up on, but I'm getting the feeling more that it is someone who has lost someone recently to death, physical separation to death. Um, I know this is weighing heavily on your heart right now, but just know that you are loved, that the person on the other side loves you. They're always around you. Their love is eternal for you. The source's eternal. The source's love is eternal for you. Your self-love is eternal. Your love for them is eternal. Love never dies. It is a form of energy. Swirls all around us and is reborn in the form of new love. Guru Batik. Grieve and then move on. Take yourself time to grieve. Take your time to introspect. Take your time to remember. But use this tragedy as an opportunity to grow. Because there are 2 butterflies, actually 3, 4 that I can see. 4 butterflies. That is a sign of metamorphosis and awakening. That your darkest moment become your greatest fuel. Okay. Now we have the 24 card, the Lantern Fairy. A clear solution. Nope. This one's simple. If you've been debating on anything, if you've been doubting anything, be it your person, career you want to start, or current career, housing situation, trying to make a move or whatever, or trying to stay, whatever you're inquiring about and trying to confirm, this is confirmation. This is confirmation. And a clear solution is about to present itself. You know what that clear solution is? Surrendering to the universe. When you're done surrendering, take that first leap, let it come in, let it flow, and you'll be amazed. Okay, 32, Sea Storm. Calm amidst chaos. This is simple. There's a lot of chaos in the world right now. Needed chaos. Chaos is a learning mechanism. It teaches us, it makes us grow, it inspires us, it empowers us. It gives contrast to peace. And like a hurricane, or a tornado, or a galaxy, there's always a calm center in the center of that greater whole. The galaxy is a black hole in the center. All the stars, all the planets, all the solar systems, star systems, other astronomical bodies spin around it. Hurricane, all the clouds spin around that singular center. Tornado, similar. There's a inner calm in the center of it. All that funnel cloud, that wind, all that debris, it swirls around. This card is telling you to find your peace, to drop in, meditate, do some yoga, pray, write, listen to some music, go out in nature, for a walk. It's technically going out in nature, or anything that brings you into that state of oneness. That's how you keep from going crazy. Or keep from going crazy. Because you feel like you're going crazy. You're not going crazy. Craziness is to bring you to your center. Yeah. And it's also saying that if you are going through a tough time, that you are finding the inner peace. So if you're divine feminine watching or divine masculine watching, you're beginning to alchemize that center and drop into that oneness, that 5D, that Christ consciousness. Alright. Final, at the bottom of the deck, is the Snow Angel 4. The signs are with you already. What more needs to be said about that? More needs to be said about that. There are also some names coming through to me. You might watch this, or you might have a connection to something that I've said here today. Samantha, Thomas, Julie, Tabitha, Linda, James, or Janie. Both. James and Janie. Susanna, Tithi, or Tiki? I'm not sure. Psalm? Not Sam, but Psalm. Psalm. I don't know if it's S-A-A-M or like Psalm, like Psalm Sunday. P-S-A-L-M. JT, Chelsea, Dominic, Shaquanda, Michael, of course, RJ, Robert, Alan, Tommy,